Today on GardenFork, quick baked beans with maple syrup. Hey everyone, welcome to GardenFork. Today, Eric's Cheater baked beans with a special ingredient. We just finished up our maple syrup season, and one of the favorite things I like is baked beans, and adding maple syrup, especially stuff you made in your backyard, in your baked beans is one of those combinations that just like, so that's what I'm doing today, and I thought, well, let's make a video about that. Another friend of mine looked at our DIY evaporator, which we have a link to below here. There's a whole series of videos about making your own maple syrup, links below. And he said, you know, you could turn your evaporator into a smoker really easily. So it's got me thinking about barbecue, and that's where the idea of baked beans comes along with your barbecue, and then maple syrup baked beans. So you get the little hops here I'm doing in my brain. So yeah, so today I call them cheater baked beans because we're using some canned white beans. You could make some beans in your pressure cooker, or you could buy some canned, these are just cannellini beans or white beans or navy beans. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is like a medium-sized sweet onion here. I keep these in the fridge so they don't make me cry as much when I cut them, just a little thing there. But I like to just get off the skin if I can. Oops, stay there. Onion out of control, bad thing. They're kind of I guess a medium dice, half quarter inch, just roughly chopped, let's just call it, okay? Alright, chopped. Maybe that's a little more than we should have. It's starting to sprout a little, yeah, I know, okay? So those onions are going to go in my favorite tool of all time, the cast iron Dutch oven, on the stovetop first, okay? A couple of good glugs of olive oil. Whoa, maybe that's a little too much. Hot oil. I kind of like just cooking onions because when everyone walks in the door, it's just this. I mean, this is middle afternoon, but it still makes the house smell great. Let's talk about our other ingredients. Some Worcestershire sauce we're going to put in here. Deli mustard. This is a Brooklyn deli mustard that I really like. And a can of tomato paste. And our maple syrup. A lot of times I think the beans have too much liquid in them, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up one can just slightly like this, and I'm going to pour off. Wow, there isn't actually much liquid in there. Sometimes these cans are too soupy, so I like to pour off some of the liquid. Meanwhile, this is the hottest burner I have on the stove. The cast iron can take it though. If these were minced smaller, this would cook faster, but this has been on about 7 minutes. You want them translucent. It's cool if they're getting a little brown on there too. We don't have to caramelize these onions. I just want them kind of cooked. Here's some ongoing cast iron restoration I'm doing. This one still needs some work, but something to do, you know. Of course, we have some videos about that. Links are below. This actually drained quite a bit. We're going to just keep this liquid aside and add it in if we think it needs it, but I like my beans not too, I don't like them super soupy. Super soupy, that's kind of a word. But we'll be able to bake off some of that liquid, and I forgot to turn the phone off. Hold on. Alright, those are looking very nice. We're going to put in, this is the can of drained beans. I can't get the lid all the way off. So elegant in GardenFork. Again, these are pre-cooked. You could also make your own in the pressure cooker. We have a video about that. Here's the one can of undrained beans. They come out easier. A half a cup of maple syrup. A healthy tablespoon of mustard. Maybe a little more. I like mustard. Forgot bacon. Alright, so we're going to do a typical GardenFork thing. I'm just going to cook this on the side and slide it in. Ideally, this is chopped up and goes in with the onion. Okay? I was like, where's the bacon? Still in the shopping bag. This is 2 pieces of thick cut bacon. I like to use the scissors. Well, if my scissors worked, I would like to use them. But I'll just cut them into pieces. That's supposed to sizzle when you drop it in, but it's not doing that. Alright, it always helps to turn the right burner on. Worcestershire, about a tablespoon. This is a small can of tomato paste, and this is going to make up for the, a lot of people put ketchup in. I like tomato paste and maple syrup. That kind of creates its own ketchup that I think tastes much better. I don't want all the grease from here to go in, so I'm just going to hand drop this in. These are in the fancy cooking world called lardons, I think. Little squares of bacon, but I just like flavor bombs to go in with the maple syrup, because you'll get that salty, cured bacon thing with maple syrup. Yum. So this is what I drained out of here, and I think that we could add about half of that back in. Some of this is going to dissolve, not dissolve, evaporate. I like thick beans. I don't like runny beans, like I said. So we're going to mix this all in together. And I'm going to put on the top 3 pieces of the meatier, it has more meat than fat slabs on the top of the puppy here. In here, oops, lid on, 350 oven, 40 minutes. Let's see what happens. It kind of depends on how much liquid you have in the beans there, okay? Let's go watch the Labradors. All right, it smells like sweet mustard beans in here. A little runnier than I like them, but nonetheless, they're baked beans. I've turned on the broiler, and now this is gonna sit under there. I'm gonna dry some of that out and see what happens. Oh, the light goes out. All right, a little overdone, because I went away and looked at the computer for a minute, but nice. Wow. I was gonna wait for the cam wrapper to come home so we could have like a tasting, but I love baked beans, and the smell has been in the house, and I'm trying to work on the computer, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do the taste test part of the video now. The puppies are hovering, but you don't want to feed them beans. It's maybe not a great thing, but here we go. Really good. 2 cans of beans, some bacon, maple syrup, which supports local farmers, open space, trees. Oh wow. Alright, I'm going to tweak the recipe a little bit. I think the liquid was okay. You just kind of let it sit and it reabsorbs some of that liquid, but I like the idea of the broiler kind of making the top a little crunchy. This is serious good. If this is your first time watching, subscribe to our show. We put out stuff every week. Eclectic DIY living. Make maple syrup and learn how to cook baked beans with your maple syrup.